Here's what I've learned. The pain of discipline is less than the pain of regret. It is painful to do the right thing when it's hard, but it's less painful to look back and think, what could I have become if I wouldn't let this temper get the best of me? What could I have become if I learned how to overcome this compromise and deal with this impatience, this jealousy, this pride, not being easily offended, not let that hold me back? The mistake the Israelites made out there in the desert is they didn't grow through it. They didn't pass the test. They thought the delay was a bad break, when in fact it was God protecting them. He knew they weren't ready. They would have been defeated. He was doing them a favor, but they thought He had forgotten about them. They were negative and complained, Moses, why'd you bring us out in the desert to die? There's nothing good to eat out here. God gave them manna every morning for breakfast, but they got tired of it. Because they didn't pass the test, because they never grew, never developed the faith, the trust, the character, they went around the same mountain for 40 years.
I don't know what you've been through. I don't know how bad it hurts you.
Maybe you've been through something you don't understand. Life hasn't turned out the way you'd hoped. It's painful.
But I came to tell you what you are going through right now is not how your story is supposed to end.
This ain't your life right here. This life you got right now, this ain't just it. You think this it? God ain't through with you.
Pain is a part of life. We've all been through things that are uncomfortable. We didn't like it, but God made a way when we didn't see a way. Even though it's painful now, if you'll stay in faith, that will lead you towards your destiny.
For those of you that have experienced some hardships, don't give up on your dream.
Anybody can give up. But you know what that's doing? Wasting your pain.
It's very easy to find a reason to quit. Quitting is a very simple habit. You do it once, you'll do it again. By the way, fighting through and winning is also a habit. Anything worthwhile takes sacrifice and time.
We've all heard the saying, no pain, no gain. Every struggle is making you stronger. Every painful time, it's developing something in you that can only be developed in the tough times.
That opposition, those obstacles, that's how you become stronger.
We were not created to float through life on flowery beds of ease. Now quit telling yourself you can't take it. You're not weak. You are well able. I'm going to keep a good attitude, knowing that this pain is leading to my gain. The scripture says, rain falls on the just and the unjust. The key is what we do in our times of pain. You can come out bitter or you can come out better. My challenge, don't just go through it, grow through it.
We let the conditions around us convince us that we can't reach what we're trying to reach because of circumstances beyond our control.
You got to show up for your life regardless of the circumstances. You got to show up in spite of the conversation going on in your mind. Because if you don't, nobody else will.
90% of the things entrepreneurs do who win big, no one ever sees. But the same goes for the people that don't make it. No one sees that you're not working. No one sees that you're sitting home watching TV. Only you see that, but there's a key. Time, sacrifice, and effort. There's a patience that goes with that. The process shapes you before it rewards you. So who you become in the process by far more valuable than all the valuables you'll ever make.
And here's why. The greatest value in life is not what you get. The greatest value in life is what you become.
Our problem today is that we have generations of people who like to talk about increase and expansion, but they think like decrease and survival. Yes, God has empowered you, but He didn't empower you to be a survivor. He empowered you to be a succeeder.
God did not create us to give up when it gets hard. And if you will shake off the self-pity, then God will not only bring you out, He will bring you out better off than you were before. We've all had bad breaks. We can all find a reason to live offended, press past those lonely nights. Amazing things await you if you just don't settle. Don't let good enough become good enough. Get your fire back and go after the destiny that belongs to you. If you're going to fulfill your destiny, you have to have a made-up mind that no matter what comes against you, you're going to keep pressing forward, looking for your next victory.
Don't judge where your situation is right now. You got to create an environment for you to win. 8 out of 10 millionaires have been financially bankrupt. You know why? They defied the odds. When one door closes, another door opens. When something happens to you and interrupt what you are now doing, you can make a decision. You know what? I'm going to still find a way to win. You need to be willing and open to looking at something else. Don't spend time talking about what has happened to you. You got to become defiant. This thing called life, it's about a fight. You've been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth. Listen to me. Keep moving. This thing has not come to stay, it's come to pass. Oh, anybody can have faith when you got a job, you got money in the bank, but faith not tested can't be trusted. You don't know how strong you are until you have to be strong. Spending time numbing yourself with alcohol. Spending time in conversations with people that won't amount to anything. You've got to divorce yourself from that stuff. You've got to make room for the miracle power that you have within yourself to control your destiny and start writing a new chapter in your life.
Keep growing, keep becoming. Keep growing until you're bigger than the problem. Now, there are 2 qualities that can increase your chances of success. Number 1, patience. Number 2, persistence. Here's why. It takes time. It takes time to build a life. It takes time to build an enterprise. It takes time to develop and grow. It takes time to make changes in habit. It takes time to correct old errors in judgment. So have patience with yourself, number 1. Number 2 is to keep doing it. Be persistent. As long as you maintain patience and persistence, there's only one person, just one person, that will draw the line between success and failure. And that person is you. There are 6 aspects of patience, and here's number 1. Knowing when an opportunity is right and when more preparation is needed. Here's number 2. Remain alert, even if opportunity doesn't come right away. Number 3. Keep preparing for opportunities, even if there's a delay. Keep your disappointments at bay, and keep getting ready for opportunities. Number 4 in patience. Don't let small disappointments discourage you. Don't let the little successes delude you. Number 5, if you're waiting on the decisions of others, be patient. You cannot control the decision-making abilities of others. Don't be frustrated about what you have no control over. And number 6, take a vacation from your ambition. As a matter of fact, with some time off, the ambition will have a stronger pull than ever when you come back to it. Persistence is courageous. It doesn't give in to fear. It doesn't let discouragement through the door. It keeps you on track with your plans and your goals. Persistence knows that gloom and depression and disappointments waste energy. Patience and persistence are both required.
I had to look at my insecurities and in my fear and find drive in that. We're all looking for passion. Passion's all around you. You have a whole fucking stack of it all around you. It's your insecurities, all that shit. You gotta dive deep in that shit. It's all in there. All the energy and fuel you need is right in yourself. It's all there. You got a lot of stuff to do to overcome. And, that's where I found it. I found it right there in my own insecurities. I found drive in my own insecurities. And that's the most powerful thing in the world. When you can find drive in your own doubt, fear, insecurities, you become very unstoppable.
I go anyways. I get it. done, even if I'm just going through the motions. I go through the motions. I don't really want to work out. I work out. I really don't want to hammer on a project. I hammer on the project. Don't really want to get up and get out of bed. I get up and get out of bed.
Once you've had enough disappointment, sometimes your brain doesn't want to get disappointed, so it's a permanent problem. Please write down, no problem is permanent. Only your soul is permanent. Every problem can be solved. The pandemics are not forever. Winter is never forever. War is not forever. Nothing's forever. Everything changes. Everything eventually ends and something new begins. That's part of life. Those are the seasons of life. But when you start believing the problem's permanent, it is, because it's self-fulfilling.
You got to blow your bubble up. Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. Put some more air in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful.
Commitment to your dream. You cannot get people to believe in your dream until you believe in it yourself. Stop asking people to invest in things where you have no investment. I have never met anybody who became incredibly successful in any area of their life until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus and fought through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's the cheap. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run.
That you can move into another area and not miss a beat. Once you begin to discover who you are, then you really realize how you have been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth, including all the... dimensions of your life. But you can only do that through the struggle of life. And most people avoid the struggle. Most people go through life avoiding pain. And when you go through life like that, something in you dies. Something in you that you never activate is lying dormant in there, that you never get a chance to call on because you have not challenged yourself.